Hello, guys. Today is day 2, and it is push day today. So, today I'll be working into my handstand push up progressions, some dip progressions, and my pseudo planche push up progressions. Right now, I'm just starting with some sun salutations, some Surya Namaskars, some of my favorite ways to loosen up and start the day in my workouts. Total body mobility routine stretch, and I love it. Um, so, yeah, I had some insights I had today while we kind of just watched through the warm up. Some insights I had today was like this morning I was kind of feeling like, man, I don't want to work out, and just like feeling that sort of space of like when you're establishing new habits, of the difficulty in establishing those habits. And after I finish my morning meditations, like I'm just going to go out and hit the gym, knowing that when I get there, everything changes. It's like, yeah, I want to be here. Yeah, I want to do this. And just the initial getting started is always the hardest thing. And so, just wanting to kind of to share that insight. I'm sure we all face at times, and just realize and reason with yourself that all I need to do is just get my body and mind there, and everything else will follow. Just showing up is the most important thing, and all else all else will follow. um Another cool insight that I was having today was about what I've noticed for myself in the past and working out and things was for me, I've noticed like there is this tendency to see that not really putting my full energy into something. It's like it's like when you're doing push-ups or something, right? And you kind of on those last 2 or 3 reps, and you're kind of in the space like it's getting difficult, so I want to give up. And what I was feeling and seeing kind of in my workouts is a little bit of that trend where it's feeling like maybe indeed I can do one more rep, and I'm just not really pushing through it because it's uncomfortable to push through something like that. And so I kind of just took up this idea and thought process going forward, especially in today, where it's just like I'm going to give it everything I have, and feeling like that mindset is that mindset is extremely important to calisthenics and anything else in life, really. Just putting your all into everything and pushing past that level of comfort, breaking through our limits, our preconceived limits, and not really our true limits, because we're limitless. So getting back to the workout, as I finish up my warm-up routine, my first set is when I do so from my handstand progressions. My first set is handstand push-ups against the wall, and this is essentially my max. So I'm only able to do one really good one, and then the second one was kind of getting sloppy as I came back up. And then after this, I will drop down into the next progression, which is elevated pike push-ups. And I do 2 sets of these, and this is still pretty difficult for me to get a lot of reps in. But this is not my max as well, so it's more of a nice 3 to 5 rep range, and I enjoy that. And then I drop down again to a lower elevation pike push up for a one more set. and then I drop down to just a regular pike push-up, and I do, I think, two sets of those. Then I finish with just some basic pike push-ups with feet on the floor. And it's real important when doing a pike push-ups to have that the butt up and the spine as straight as possible so that you're really inverted. And as you go down, it's like your hips should be in line with your wrist and elbows. They should all make like one line through. And you really feel a big difference. And as you go down to also kind of bring the head forward, because realistically when doing an actual handstand, it's not just like the top of your head, your skull straight to the ground. You lean a little bit forward so you can go deeper into the stretch. Then when you come back up and doing a pike push up, it's real important to kind of get that full range of motion by pushing through your hands to get the shoulders and back fully stretched out, as you can see what I'm doing here. And the guy who showed up in the background is a guy I had met recently and doing some gym and going to the gym here. It's a cool brother. We haven't really talked much, but this seems like he does some martial arts and things, which is something I've always been interested in a lot, and look forward to learning soon when I pay a visit to one of my friends here in Medellin. So next up, I'm doing my dips. And I'm starting off with attempting the Bulgarian dips or the wide ring dips. And the form doesn't really feel on point. I think I need to have because what I saw, it was that with the elbows to the shoulders should be like a 90-degree angle going more outward. And it feels like I don't have enough strength for that yet, so it's still a work in progress. And then after I finish 2 sets of these at between 3 to 5 rep range, I move on down to extended range of motion dips, and just really going down as deep as I can and then pushing back up with as much strength as possible. And I really love using the rings. I had them before when I started off my calisthenics as well, and I was just super hyped about it, feeling that it improved my strength a lot. And I've always been into body mastery, so just really happy to be able to use parts of my body I never really used before for increased strength and control. Now, I'm doing my last series of strength training, and this is the swaddle planche push-up. And I'm starting with the rings progression. As you can see, my hands are not all the way down on my waistline, which is the proper swaddle planche push-up progression, but I'm getting there, and so doing what you can is the way. As my strength develops, I'm able to bring my hands further and further down to the waistline, and doing it on rings is a whole nother beast. As you'll see in the next couple clips, as I progress down to swaddle planche push-ups on the floor, that I can have my hands much further down, pretty much at waistline, if not almost there. But on the rings, as I go down, the amount of core strength necessary to maintain that balance coming up, as you saw in the last couple reps there. And then now just focusing on really the form best I can here. Leaning, once you go up, you should be leaning like on the tips of your toes, so you really put in all the the stress, the weight on your upper body, and really engaging that scapula on the way up as much as you can. As you see, I'm making that effort there, and tensing, flexing the whole body is really, especially your glutes and your abs, helps a lot in being able to have that good form. As you can kind of see, as you see here, my hand is just above the waistline. It's not there yet, but it's pretty darn close. And I really enjoy this one. And I noticed I have much more pushing strength and pulling strength since starting up calisthenics again. Pull-ups have been extremely difficult to pump out a lot of reps of. But because I've really been focusing a lot into getting my form better to improve in that, and very happy with the results. And so once I finish up these last sets, I move into kind of my static routine. So right now I start off with just holding a planche with my feet on the ground, leaning forward, kind of just getting the feel of what that feels like for my body to lean forward into that position, getting a feel for the balance. After about 10 seconds or so of that, I drop down into a pseudo planche push-up position, holding at the bottom. And I take a little breath, and you can see me kind of flop on the ground to readjust my hand positions, and then I hold a little bit more before switching it up a little bit. After this, I go into the rings turned out hold position, strengthening my dips and straight arm strength again. This is extremely important with calisthenics, is having that straight arm strength for many exercises. And then after the next set of that, after this next hold, I go back down into the pseudo planche position and doing some alternating toe taps for the 90 degrees hold, which is something I want to learn as well on my way to learning the planche. And a lot more strength to go, but doing one day done. And then the last exercise is also kind of my stretch and cool down as well, is just a static dead hang hold for as long as I can. Again, as I shared the last video, just loosening up everything in the back that was worked out, loosening up my shoulders, and improving my grip strength and everything. So really enjoyed a lot. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like it and provide any tips as well in the comment section for ways to improve. Tomorrow will be leg day, and I'll be doing that at the house. So look forward to it. Bliss be with you all. Godspeed.